We'll get into the main story tonight if you guys want, which is around Trent Alexander-Arnold. And we've all seen stuff over the last couple of days about whether Trent's going to go to Real Madrid or not. But I need to give you a bit more clarity on this one. So there's a few pieces doing the rounds that suggest that Trent and Real Madrid have already got a deal done. This piece here said, earlier this month, the Telegraph journalist Mike McGrath reported that Trent Alexander-Arnold had already decided to move to Real Madrid. There have been reports that the Premier League leaders are already looking at potential replacements for the 26-year-old right-back, with Flamengo star Wesley on Liverpool's radar. A Spanish report today has claimed that Real Madrid have everything tied up regarding bringing Trent to the Santiago Bernabeu as a free agent, just like other players Madrid have signed on free transfers in recent windows, namely Kylian Mbappe, Antonio Rudiger and David Alaba. Los Blancos are not going to announce the acquisition of Trent until the season is over, out of respect for Liverpool. Thoughts? So here's what I said to Connor earlier on, right? As fans, we don't know if this is real or not real. But what I also don't understand is how, in a world of the power football clubs have, that they allow this stuff to be written if it's false without pushback. I don't understand it. Like, if somebody was writing stuff like that about me or about you or about another company, you'd feel like, well, they should be brought to court over it if it isn't true. So the silence around these stories makes me wonder if it is true. Now, of course, I can't say that categorically. You don't know what's happening, but it starts to make sense in my mind. You know, we've said all the way through, the silence on this situation has been worrying for everybody. And I hope, beyond hope, that, again, Trent changes his mind or maybe hasn't made up his mind and he's going to stay. But I have to say, between these stories in the last day or two, between the Sam Wallace bit as well that said in the Telegraph that the perceived wisdom is that Trent Alexander-Arnold joins Real Madrid, we're not getting much. Can you stop banging the stairgate? What? Yeah, Lucas did. And it doesn't need to be fixed. I'm in the middle of work. Sorry, my wife said they're banging outside the door for no reason. Yeah, it's worrying. It's worrying, the whole Trent Alexander-Arnold situation. Trent situation. It's all worrying. But I want to know how you feel about it. So I'm going to ask the first poll question of the night. Do you think Trent is gone? Yes or no? And we'll go from there. Because I don't know. Honestly, I can't sit here and say to you guys, I know 100% or I don't. I haven't got a clue. But I know I don't like what I'm reading every day. I know I haven't said much positive about Trent in ages with regards to the contract, because honestly, I don't know what's going on. Johnny said, so Craig, ask yourself the question. Will you be as gutted that Trent leaves as you were when Suarez leaves? Honest answer. No, I won't be. Sorry. Yeah, I wouldn't be as good. No, not at all. I'm not saying I'm right, Johnny, but of the three lads, he's the one that would cause me the least concern if we lost. Now, I don't want to lose any of them. I got to put that out there, Johnny. I want Trent to stay. But of the three of them, he's the one that I could cope with. The thing that annoys me most about that situation is that we don't get money from it. And that's the part that I really struggle with. The fact that Liverpool won't receive a transfer fee. That sucks. I think Trent is getting afraid we don't care if he leaves. Plan backfired maybe, said Till Sheen. So, do you remember what I said about the Trent situation 3-4 months ago? I'm going to try to summarise it for you. I said, silence is great if he stays. But if he's silent and he leaves, everybody's going to feel like they've been hoodwinked. Everyone's going to feel like they've been strung along and played by Trent. And the situation will become way more toxic. And I stand over that. Now, I don't want people to say I want it to get toxic, because I don't. What I wanted was honesty and upfront communication to the fan base. But if these stories are true and he swans off in the summer, knowing that he had agreed this a long time ago, fans are going to be very, very frustrated at him, and his legacy is going to be somewhat tainted with a lot of fans. You know, that's the truth of it. And anybody who tries to say otherwise is deluded. Because I've sat back and I've watched journalists on Sky Sports and others say that Liverpool fans should applaud Trent and thank him for his service to the club And if he goes off with a league title, Liverpool fans won't be at all upset about it. Really? Really? If he had to come out, I don't know, at Christmas time and said that he wanted to move in the summer and that he'd made his mind up, I think that would have been a way better situation for Trent, because people would have just enjoyed his last few months. But now what you see is Trent getting scrutinised every single game. Any mistake he makes, hell, even the 4-4-2 video this week, did you see the one after the City game? They were having a very understandable laugh with the Trent situation with Doku. I think he's digging a hole for himself if he leaves now. But again, it's not my place to make his decisions for him. Trent will get that Owen treatment. But at least Owen brought in some money. If I remember correctly, at least we got 8 million quid for Michael Owen. I think it was 8 million back in the day. But the Trent situation, to me, if he goes now, will feel engineered. You know, respect is a word that gets used a lot in football. But respect, as I've always said, is a two-way street. And you've seen the respect that Trent has always gotten. Murals in the city of Liverpool, support from the fans, one of our own, all those chants. I don't see the respect going back the other way if the decision is made. That's just my take on it. I think the performances now are starting to be scrutinised more and more. You're even seeing stuff like this. Let me read this out to you. With 89 minutes on the clock, Trent Alexander-Arnold got a rollicking from the boss Arne Slot for jogging back and not sprinting into position. He was substituted. So that's already been written by the Lewis Steele and the journalists out there, not fans, journalists. It does feel like he's on the way. I've not seen one positive thing to say he's likely going to stay. The problem with Trent going is that there's no good right backs out there to come in to challenge Bradley. Look, I don't know anything about the guy Wesley from Flamengo, who, you know, have been mentioned as somebody we've been looking at. I was reading through the chat before we started again, and, you know, lots of people understandably were a little bit concerned about the injuries to Conor Bradley. And look, I, as an Irishman and somebody who's a huge advocate and fan for Conor Bradley, I would have those same concerns about the injuries that he's had, because they seem to be short but frequent. So I would have concerns around those as well. And with regards to another right back, again, we're in a situation where I don't think we'll ever find a like for like, because there isn't a like for Trent. Same with Mohamed Salah. We're going to have to just find somebody, if Trent goes, that can do the role Arne Slot's fulfilled in the way he wants it filled, and hope for the best. Soren, thank you, my friend, said, "Hey Craig, still think Mo and VVD will stay. Do you think that there is a chance that Arne doesn't want Trent to stay, that he wants a more straight up defender? Congrats on getting 300k subs." I don't know. I don't want to second guess Arne by saying he'd be happy or wouldn't be happy. But like I said, I think he'd be way more upset, Soren, if he lost Virgil or Mo. Because I would be as a fan, and I would venture to say most people in the chat would be as well. Because I don't think Trent is a difference maker in the same way. I don't. You know, he's a really talented footballer. But he's one of those, what is his position? Is he a right back? Is he a midfielder? Is he a wing back? I don't know. But I do agree that I'm fed up of seeing some of the lazy jogging back. But on that, to give Trent his credit, which one was this? There was an attack we had against Man City that Trent deserves a lot of credit for, and it was highlighted on Match of the Day. He starts the move and ends the move with a cross that was blocked in. So he starts it deep inside our own half by playing a good ball, continues and sprints all the way down the right. The ball eventually comes to Mohamed Salah, I think it is, who plays it down the line. Trent gets a cross in and it's blocked. That was good work and hard work from Trent. So, you know, for all the things that people criticise him for, I think it's only fair that we also highlight the good stuff that he does. Right, so we've had over 2,000 votes, and we said, do you think Trent is gone? 82% of people that voted, 82, said they think that Trent is gone.